It is not a warning. It is an awakening. The message, chosen one, they want you for the ritual, is not ordinary information. It is a spiritual alarm. Because this battle is not physical, it is energetic. They don't just see you as a person. They see you as a key, a source, a gateway. Because they cannot imitate your light, they want to use it. There are those who stand close to you, but their intentions are dark. They pretend to be friends, but in reality, they are trying to involve you in their plans, because your energy is strong enough to feed their dark rituals. But there is something they don't know. You are chosen, and this level is under your sacred protection. This video reveals what goes on behind the curtains. It reveals the insidious plans, the false bonds, and why they are targeting you. Because this ritual will not be their salvation, but your awakening. If you are ready, enter and take back your light. And write 77 in the comments. You've reached a pivotal moment, like a sailor who has finally taken control of a ship that was once tossed in unpredictable waters. With a firm hand, you've steered it away from a storm that had been brewing for years. What seemed inevitable, like a shipwreck, is now a distant memory. The first wave of change has crashed down, and from this moment forward, there's no turning back. The chaos they orchestrated has now turned against them. As their fortress, built with deceit, begins to crack, they stand stunned and unprepared, while you stand tall, unwavering, as their foundation crumbles beneath them. This is just the first chapter. The fall of the first structure signals a complete upheaval. The ones who thought they were invincible are now facing the real-time consequences of their actions. In the next hour, everything will shift. Everything. The universe has set the stage with a precision you couldn't have imagined. This is no accident. This is not by chance. This is divine orchestration. The balance that has been tipping against you for so long now snaps back with such force that those who sought to bury you will be swallowed by their own doing. Their fortress, built on falsehoods, exploitation, and theft of your energy, is crumbling from its very core. The cracks have already begun to show. All the patience you've shown, the quiet strength you've held while they mocked and belittled you, everything was seen by forces beyond their comprehension. While they thought you were isolated and alone, a cosmic army gathered, preparing for this exact moment. Your time of vindication is now drawing near, like the ticking of a clock in perfect harmony with the universe's timing. They never truly understood what they were dealing with when they tried to cross you. They couldn't comprehend it. They operated on ego, while you resonate with something much greater than that, an energy that stretches far beyond the confines of the material world. They played their petty games, unaware that you were never on their level. The world has always felt something different about you, though they couldn't quite place it. It's the way people reveal their deepest fears and dreams to you, even strangers, in moments of vulnerability. It's the way animals find peace in your presence, or how children are drawn to you instinctively while guarded adults feel threatened by your energy. You have a unique presence, an energy that can't be duplicated, woven into the fabric of your being and awakened by the struggles you've faced. These subtle acknowledgements from others about your gaze, your voice, your essence, these aren't just coincidences. These are brief moments of spiritual clarity from those who momentarily catch a glimpse of your true energy. If you feel the abundance of divine love in your heart, now is the time to share it. You can help spread God's blessings by clicking the super thank you button on YouTube and contributing $20 or more. This divine gift will touch not only your life, but the souls of many through this platform. Each of you has a sacred place in God's grand design, and your generosity will be the fruit of our prayers. Act now. Share your blessings to glorify His kingdom, for you were created to do even greater things in God's loving hands. May God bless you. Your instincts don't just guide you. They download wisdom directly from the universe. The times when you just knew something was coming, when everything seemed to line up in a perfect, almost magical way, those weren't coincidences. Those were moments where your spiritual abilities cut through the fog, revealing the truth. The synchronicities you encounter, the repeating patterns, the songs that play at precisely the right time, the chance meetings that change the course of your life, these are not random. They are cosmic confirmations, messages from a higher power that you are aligned with your true path. The universe speaks to you in a language of symbols, and you're becoming fluent, while others remain trapped in their inability to decode the messages. Those who walked away didn't reject you. They fulfilled their role in your awakening. Their departure made room for revelation. Their silence became the sacred space where divine instruction could finally be heard. And every time you thought you were being denied, you were actually being delivered. From the ordinary into the extraordinary. Not everyone can walk the road you're on. That's why your path has been so narrow. That's why it felt like you were walking it alone. But here's what they didn't see. Every trial, every storm, every season of darkness, it was training ground for the chosen. You were never being broken. You were being unveiled. Because what's inside you, it's not fragile. It's not small. It's not accidental. It's divine. And now that you've passed through the fire, through the silence, through the rejection, you're not coming back the same. You're coming back anointed, appointed, aligned, and ready. This isn't the end of your story. This is your launch point. You've graduated from survival. Welcome to your ascension. If you feel God's presence, you can tap the join button below to become part of the first chosen ones and receive the most important revelations early. Losing everything was a revelation. In the emptiness, you found what could never be taken away, your connection to Source. The dark nights of the soul you faced weren't just moments of despair, they were sacred initiations. That emptiness made space for rebirth. That silence cleared your mind to hear the divine guidance you needed. The solitude detoxed you from the addiction to approval that keeps others in chains. Now, the final stage is here. The training wheels are off. The reward for enduring the path is within your grasp. Those who stood by, indifferent to your struggles, will now witness your elevation. But they will have no access to your triumph. The time for tolerating those who feed off your energy is over. Your light was never meant to be drained by those who refuse to generate their own. Your wisdom was never intended to be stolen by those who claim it as their own. Your abundance was never meant to be siphoned by those stuck in scarcity. Now, take control. Hit Control to direct your focus on what truly deserves your attention and let go of the rest. Shift your mindset with Alt+Shift. Move from being a people pleaser to a protector of your own energy. It's time to delete the toxic relationships that have drained you without any apology or explanation. Those who continuously crossed your boundaries, who misuse your kindness, have overstayed their welcome in your life. Your hesitation to cut ties has kept you locked in draining cycles for far too long. Your compassion was weaponized against you by those who mistook your kindness for weakness. Your belief that they might eventually understand kept you stuck in spiritual schemes designed for your depletion. These people served a purpose in your growth, no doubt. They showed you precisely what you no longer want to manifest in your next chapter. They helped clarify your values through their violations of them. They strengthened your ability to discern through their lies. Now, it's time to silently thank them for the role they played and release them entirely. By severing ties with these energy drainers, you're opening the space for your true soul family to step forward. Your aligned collaborators are waiting for your full availability. They cannot find you while you remain entangled with those whose frequencies don't match yours. Your path cannot fully unfold while you're tethered to outdated narratives. The grief you feel as you disconnect is not a sign of weakness. It's proof of your authenticity. Let it pass through you without getting stuck. The temporary discomfort of disconnection pales in comparison to the long-term suffering of staying tied to those who undermine your energy. Imagine, if you will, that you are standing in the center of a vast, open field, a field that represents your life. The wind is calm, the sky clear, and there you stand, firm, unshaken, and ready to face whatever comes your way. Now picture a flock of crows circling above, trying to create a storm, their wings flapping violently in an attempt to stir up the peaceful air around you. But no matter how much they flap, no matter how hard they try to distract you, the calm within you remains unbroken. These crows, much like those who have opposed you, can squawk, caw, and dive down, but their noise cannot touch your peace. Their movements are predictable, their tactics old as time. You've seen this play before, and you know exactly what they're trying to do. Their actions against you have become as transparent as glass once you understand the game they're playing. The compliments they offer, dripping with a false sweetness, are nothing more than a mask for the jealousy they can't hide. They act as if they admire you, yet all they truly want is to bring you down. Beneath their words, there's an underlying bitterness, an envy they don't even try to bury anymore. It's as plain as day, like a shadow cast in the bright sunlight. They may think they're being subtle, but their true intentions are obvious to anyone who can see clearly. They watch your every move, study your actions, and keep track of your progress, but they do it all under the guise of indifference. They pretend they don't care, yet every glance they throw in your direction is filled with the desire to know what you're doing next. It's like a child who tells you they're not looking, yet you can feel their eyes on you, following you wherever you go. They'll tell the world they have no interest in you, but their behavior speaks otherwise. Every step you take, they mirror, trying to match you, trying to catch up to your natural flow. They mimic your words, they copy your style, but deep down, they can't comprehend your essence. And the truth is, their attempts to replicate you are futile. You are a creation of divine uniqueness. Your light is not something that can be duplicated, your energy not something that can be borrowed or borrowed from. They may try to take what they perceive as your secret, but what they fail to realize is that your secret is not a thing. It's the essence of who you are, woven into the very fabric of your being. You are crafted in a way that no one can mimic. They may try, they may copy, but they'll always fall short because what you possess is divinely given, unreplicable by mere human efforts. Dear brothers and sisters, may God's peace be upon you today. I am here to remind you of a profound truth. Our existence is grounded in God's divine plan, unshaken by the temporal concerns of the world. As the Bible says, whatever is done in faith will return to God in abundant blessing. Luke 6:38. Like that great oak tree, our roots are deeply rooted in God's universal truth. Every step we take, Every stand we take is secured by His strength. And now, you are being offered the opportunity to be part of that blessing. When you use the Super Thank You button and donate $100, this movement will return to you 100-fold in abundance. They speak your name when they think you're not listening, in rooms where your presence has yet to grace. They whisper, they gossip, they try to distort the truth. But here's the twist. Every word they say about you reveals far more about them than it ever could about you. It's like when someone points a finger in your direction, trying to accuse you, yet the three fingers pointing back at them tell a story they cannot hide. Every accusation they throw at you doesn't just land on your shoulders, it bounces right back to them. Their own lies, their deceit, and their manipulations are laid bare the moment they try to cast shadows on your light. They thought they could break you, but in reality, they're just exposing the cracks in their own foundation. As they continue to weave their false narratives, they're only unraveling themselves. The foundation they built to tear you down is cracking beneath their feet, and they don't even see it. Like a house of cards, their empire is fragile. It may look tall and imposing from the outside, but all it takes is one gust of truth, one movement in your direction, and it will come crashing down. The more they try to push you, the more they reveal their fear, their weaknesses. They have underestimated you, not realizing that their own actions are digging their own graves. They are their own undoing, and they don't even know it. If you feel God's presence, you can tap the join button below to become part of the first chosen ones and receive the most important revelations early. You, on the other hand, stand strong in your truth. You stand in your divine power, knowing that no weapon formed against you shall prosper. They can try all they want, but their energy is misdirected. They're only adding fuel to your fire. The more they attack, the more you rise. The more they speak, the more they reveal their own darkness. They may think they are in control, but the truth is, their efforts only serve to elevate you. Their negativity, their hatred, their jealousy, they cannot touch the purity of your energy. Your light, like the sun breaking through the clouds, will always shine brighter than their shadows. As you watch them from the center of your peace, you begin to understand all of their efforts, all of their attempts to control or break you have only propelled you forward. They were never in control to begin with. You were always meant for greatness. They are simply the instruments that will accelerate your ascent. In the end, they'll fade into the background, while your brilliance will be seen for what it is, divinely crafted, untouched by their lies, and incapable of being dimmed. The more they lash out, the more the universe aligns everything to make sure you shine even brighter. Their darkness will dissolve in your light, and you will emerge victorious, unshaken, and unbreakable. There's a moment in life when the road you've been walking suddenly becomes clear, when the fog of confusion lifts and the obstacles that once seemed insurmountable are revealed to be mere illusions. For too long, you've carried the weight of connections that no longer serve your highest good. You've held on, out of compassion, out of hope, out of a belief that these relationships could evolve. But now, the time has come to allow the ones who truly belong to you to step into your life. Your soul family, those who resonate with your true frequency, has been waiting for you to release what no longer aligns with your essence. The grief you feel as you sever these ties is not weakness. It's the pulse of your soul's authentic desires finally rising above the noise of others. The discomfort of letting go is fleeting compared to the weight of staying entangled with energies that have been draining you. Those weeds, much like the opposition in your life, may have once seemed harmless. At first, their words of praise sounded sweet, but the more you listened, the more you noticed the thorns hidden within them. They may have smiled at you, but their gaze carried an unspoken judgment. They may have offered compliments, but it was clear that they were attempting to shape you into something that fit their narrative, not your own. They spoke your name in rooms they thought you couldn't hear, but their words were not meant to uplift you. They were meant to confuse, to twist, and to pull you into their game. But the more you stand firm, the clearer it becomes. The truth of who you are cannot be altered by their deceit. They thought they could fool you, thought they could control the story, but you've been granted vision beyond the surface. And here's the thing about truth. It doesn't hide in shadows. It doesn't play games. It doesn't change based on opinion or manipulation. Your essence, your truth, has been woven into the fabric of the universe. It is undeniable. It is unshakable. And no matter how much they try to play their little tricks, it will always rise to the surface. Like the weeds in that field, their actions became more obvious over time. What once seemed like a whisper in the grass now rings loud and clear. Their false praise became transparent, a cover for the insecurity they couldn't hide. What they thought was clever, mimicking your thoughts, speaking your name behind closed doors, was not a reflection of their power over you, but a cry for help, a recognition that they could never be what you are. You, with your quiet strength and undeniable presence, are what they can never replicate. When they doubted you, when they questioned your every move, they didn't realize that in their doubt, they were exposing their own weakness. They may have attacked your character, but in doing so, they only revealed their own fears, fears of being seen for who they truly are. Their judgment wasn't about you, it was about them. They have tried to diminish you in the hopes of elevating themselves, but all they've done is highlight their inability to hold any true ground against you. Their every move, though disguised in innocence or aggression, has only pushed you closer to the truth of your purpose. And here's where the true power lies. Their strategy has always been to undermine you, to keep you doubting your own strength. But with every attack they launch, with every word they whisper, they only push you further into the light of your own divine purpose. Their opposition has become the very fuel that ignites your inner fire. The more they try to block your path, the stronger your resolve becomes. Their actions are nothing more than the universe's way of clearing out what no longer serves you. They may think they're hurting you, but all they're doing is pushing you closer to your destiny. The truth has always been inside you. It has always been there, ready to rise above their lies, their manipulation, their deceptions. And as their strategies become more predictable, more transparent, your ability to stand firm in your truth grows stronger. Every word they speak, every action they take, only brings you closer to your purpose. The game they've tried to play is over. The truth you've always carried within you is unshakable. And now you stand in the power of that truth. Their attempts to control you only expose their own inability to control themselves. The very things they projected onto you, doubt, fear, weakness, are the things they must face within themselves. And as they crumble under the weight of their own actions, you rise unscathed, untouchable, unwavering in the knowledge that your truth is your greatest power. Each time they questioned your integrity, they unveiled the cracks in their own foundation. The lies they've built their lives on are beginning to unravel piece by piece. Every time they tried to undermine you, they've only laid bare their own vulnerabilities. Their attempts to diminish your influence have only illuminated the strength you've always held. They've projected their envy, their insecurity onto you, not realizing that in doing so, they've exposed the hollow core of their own falsehoods. What they thought was a challenge to you was, in fact, a reflection of their own internal collapse. The truth you've always carried has begun to shine brighter than the narratives they've spun. As their actions grow more desperate, your impact on the world intensifies. Their efforts to manipulate the narrative around you only highlight how little influence they now have over your reality. The louder they shout, the clearer it becomes that their grip on you is slipping. Every accusation they've thrown your way now bounces back, exposing their own contradictions. The story they've tried to tell is rapidly losing credibility, and in its place, your authentic voice grows louder. What once felt like a battle now feels more like the inevitable rise of your true self, reclaiming its rightful space in the world. You don't need to fight back anymore. Your mere existence is enough to send the lie crumbling into dust. Now is the time to share God's blessings by clicking the super thank you button on YouTube. You can contribute to His plan and be a part of this divine mission with a donation of $100 or more. Every gift reflects God's generosity, and I believe it will return to you exponentially far beyond your expectations. Remember, His protection and blessing is on your every step and every donation. You become part of His divine plan. You are a strong, radiant being, unshakable as His mighty rock. Witness God's miracles, feel the fruits of your generosity in your soul, and illuminate the world with confidence and courage. Be blessed, and let the light of the Lord guide your path. Something deep within you shifted the moment you made the decision to break free from the system, when you stopped following the crowd, when you turned away from the false promises and distractions. Everything inside you started to realign. Your very being responded. It's like a switch flipped, and suddenly you were no longer bound by the limitations they tried to place on you. You were awakened, activated, and ready to step into the destiny that has always been yours. Your ancestors felt it, your bloodline felt it. The chains broke, and a new energy began to flow. You've become the anomaly they feared. While the world is lost in illusion, you're becoming more attuned to a higher truth, awakening piece by piece, dimension by dimension. Together, we are shaping this new reality, breaking free from the old structures that no longer serve us. The obsidian inner order is here, guiding those who are ready to step into their full power. This isn't about following dogma. It's about reconnecting with the ancient knowledge that has always lived within us. Through breathwork, sacred energy practices, and cosmic downloads, we are building something real, something unshakable. As we connect, the old world continues to fall apart. The forces that once controlled the masses are losing their grip because we were never meant to fit into their design. We are stepping into a new era, an era of truth, power, and alignment. If you feel God's presence, you can tap the join button below to become part of the first chosen ones and receive the most important revelations early. Click the link in the description below and step into this transformation. The universe has already begun to make way for the abundance you've always deserved. What was once blocked will now open. Doors that seemed impossible to pass through will swing wide, and opportunities will flood your life like a river. The universe works in perfect balance, and now it's your time to receive what has always been yours. This shift is profound. What once required an exhausting effort to achieve now feels like a smooth flow. a current that carries you toward your goals with ease. The old struggle is over. The new reality is here.